Hello everyone, it's Stuart Teicher, and I'm here giving you one of my technology or Technethics threat assessments. And today we're going to talk about passwords. How can weak passwords get us into ethical trouble? Well, we know that if we're going to be availing ourselves of cloud computing, whether it's cloud storage or software as a service, we know that we have a duty to take reasonable precautions to protect our clients' information. Rule 1.6 confidentiality, ethics advisory opinions from across the country, it's been well established that we've got to take reasonable precautions to protect our clients' information. Well, you've probably heard about a whole lot of situations where information is stolen, whether it's Sony or it's some sort of online storage or gaming company. Every once in a while, information gets stolen. And in fact, if you're sitting at home, you open up the mail one day and you end up getting a new ATM card or maybe a new credit card, it's usually, when you didn't order it, it's usually because someone had their information compromised, and those organizations said, better to be safe than sorry, let's issue new cards and that sort of thing. So yeah, that'll scare you a little bit when you get a new card in the mail now, right? Without having first requested it. Well, if that's so prevalent, then what does it mean for us? One of the things we realize is that it's not just about identity theft, excuse me, rather it's also about getting access to people's passwords, because the bad guys know that a lot of us use the same password for one thing that we use for every other thing. And a lot of us are just too lazy to be diligent in making up difficult passwords, passwords that are tough to crack. And well, let's face it, it takes a long time to remember them. You got to write them down somewhere. It's a little bit of an effort. But if we're using cloud computing for our work as a lawyer, and we know that we have lazy passwords, then doesn't that put our clients' information at greater risk? Think about it. We know that people are out there searching for our information. We know that they're looking for our passwords. And we know that they think many of us are lazy and that they could crack other sites by getting access to one of our passwords. You've got to believe that our duty to take reasonable precautions to protect client information extends to having good passwords. Lazy passwords put our clients' information at greater risk. Therefore, it's reasonable to assume that our duty to take reasonable precautions to protect our client information now includes, or will very soon include, the need to have quality passwords that are difficult to crack. What that means, I think, is that we as lawyers need to make sure we educate our associates, our colleagues, our other people in our firm. We need to educate them on password best practices. Because while you may not have seen it right now, I don't think any of us want to be that first person that gets caught in an ethics proceeding because everything was compromised as a result of lazy password practice. So I think that we should keep in mind that our duty to take reasonable precautions to protect client secrets when using the cloud and other technologies now includes a responsibility to make sure that we exercise best practices when we create our passwords. Don't be lazy and stay out of ethical trouble.